Hello, I am Stefano Arturi and I am a home cook. In a previous life I was a chef, restaurateur and food writer, and now I teach Italian home cooking here in Lucca in northern Tuscany. Well, we are going towards almost the end of summer, but tomatoes are still plentiful and luscious. So I thought, why not? Let's keep the tomato party rolling and let's make something else with tomatoes. I would like to share with you Salad-Pantesca, which is a tomato and potato salad from the island of Pantelleria of the Sicilian coast. Pantelleria is a relatively small island, rocky, very windy, of incredible natural beauty, and it's very famous in Italy food-wise, mainly for free products. Il passito di Pantelleria, il passito is a dessert wine, and is made by leaving the grapes on the vines, so you get this incredibly, as you can imagine, perfumed wine with this amber honey color, which is just gorgeous. And then two more exceptional ingredients are capers and oregano. I said Salad-Pantesca is a potato and tomato salad, but actually the real stars here are the capers from Pantelleria and the oregano. The capers from Pantelleria, as I said, are really highly valued in Italy. They're generally preserved in salt, and I want to show you now what they look like. So these are the capers preserved in salt. Now, before using them, you need to desalt them, which means you rinse them under running water, and then you place them in a bowl, you fill it with cold water, and you leave it for about half an hour, and then you keep on tasting them. So basically it's up to you how salty you want them to be. I wouldn't recommend leaving them for too long, because then you would basically destroy the flavor of the capers, which are supposed to be on the salty side. So they bring in this kick of flavor to the dish you're making. Okay, now I'm covering them with cold water and leave them for about half an hour. Then you taste them and you decide if they have been desalted enough for you or not. They have this kind of lemony, stroke green olive taste, and they're supposed to be quite punchy. This is the oregano, which is one actually of the main crop of the island. There's a kind of lemony grass perfume, which is pretty amazing. What you do is possibly with maybe a piece of parchment or wallpaper. I mean, it's quite labor intensive, so to speak. You have to really try to get out as much as possible from the stalks. And then this can be kept for 1 year. In general, as a rule of thumb, dried herbs and spices have a short shelf life, 6 months, 1 year maximum, then chuck them away. Now, of course, this stuff from Pantelleria is gorgeous, but let's not be too precious. As long as you have access to good oregano and good capers, even if they're not from Pantelleria, absolutely fine. Just taste them and make sure they taste good and strong, otherwise what's the point? But enough talking, let's make this gorgeous salad. These are our potatoes. These are waxy potatoes, which means basically salad potatoes that keep their shape when you cook them. Actually, it's much easier. In the kitchen, the hands, as I said before, are your best ally. And they are the most efficient and gentlest of tools. I'm also burning myself, but okay, let's be smart. Now, when you make potato salad, it's really crucial that you dress the potatoes when they're still warm. So I'm adding a generous plug of olive oil here, and to start adding that oregano flavor, some of our. And now they can be kept aside and we can carry on with the tomatoes. Time to do now the tomatoes, which I'm simply kind of halving them. These are cherry tomatoes. Of course, use any good tomatoes you have where you live. For this recipe, the tomatoes must be really red and ripe because sometimes, well, actually often for tomato salads in Italy, we use tomatoes which are not entirely ripe, but here most sources agree that they should be ripe. So hey, we follow the people who know more than I do. So I'm just cutting them like so, and then you dress them. I think it's enough for a couple of portions. So again, a good glug of olive oil, a pinch of oregano. So as I said before, the oregano is really the star here. Do not put any salt now because the salad needs resting for about half an hour. If you salt the tomatoes now, the water will come out and the salad will be kind of limpy. So wait until the very end. When you serve it, you taste it. Remember the capers are already salty and punchy. If it needs salt, you add salt just before serving. And now the onion. This is a sweet red onion from Rubiera, and you wanna slice it quite thinly. Now, some people eat the onion as it is. Some people have the onion soaking in water and a little touch of vinegar. Again, there are no rules. It's up to you. I think I will leave it as it is. So these are our black olives. I've never seen any version of Salad-Pantesca where green olives are used, so I would say stick to black olives. Now, for sake of easier eating later on, I like to remove the stone, and also think your guests will be happy. Like this, or maybe it's easier. Sometimes you can do this with some olives and the stone come out neatly, okay-ish, or no. Use a knife and make sure that you count stones and olives. I know it's pretty boring, but it's important because it's easy to forget to mix them up, which is not what you want. How to serve this salad? Well, ideally you want something this beautiful. No, I'm kidding. I mean, we thought to showcase this beautiful handmade plates. These are made with Murano glass. They're made actually in a town near Modena, but they are made with Murano glass. And I mean, I'm not super technical, but basically you have this long sheet of glass, and then they reheat every single bit, they remold it, so each one is different, and then they cool it. So you end up with this plates, and each one is different. They're so special because each one is unique. They're really smooth, but interesting here is the kind of rough texture, and what I think is really, well, not just cute, it's really important because it takes a lot of time and knowledge to make these. Each artist then, or each artisan, because that's the right word, each artisan signs their dish. So pretty stunning place to have in your kind of cupboard. I think the salad will be better here because it's flat and you will see more of the vegetables. So we can now assemble our salad. Tomatoes, potatoes. I think this is enough for two portion. Our olives here, capers. Now in some version I've also seen basil being added, and I think that's a mistake because you already have the oregano, which brings this kind of herbal note, and also because this is all about, in a way, the oregano and the capers. Red onion here. And now again, olive oil, which is the other crucial ingredient. Give this one, I would say, half an hour, room temperature, so flavors kind of get to know each other and become friends. And then taste it. If you think it needs salt, add a little bit of salt if you want, otherwise, and maybe before serving, I would, why not? Another shower of oregano. And the smell is pretty amazing. This is really simple cooking, but highly, highly rewarding in terms of flavor and pleasure. That's it. Nice.